Magic lovers. So today I have a league with Arahbo Roar of the World, a kitty cat deck, lots and lots of kitty cats. I play tested this deck in a video yesterday. Link of that is going to be in the description, and not precisely any spoilers. I did well enough in that video that I decided it was worthy of at least trying out in a league. I don't know exactly how well it's going to do. I do know that it's a good deck, but I don't know how well it's going to do against some of the top cards in the format. So let's just find out. And I got round one. I am on the play, so that's kind of nice. We have to mulligan this. Playing against Tajic. Another aggro deck. Alright, this seems like a fine hand. We'll see how this goes. I'm going to keep this. I don't want another land, I don't think. I don't need another land. Lifelink could be pretty great. Do I want to play the Echo on this Pouncing Jaguar? And then I can just play this Sanctuary? No. I would have had to play the Pendelhaven. So, no, we're leading off with the Sanctuary Cat, even though it does less damage. I should have played the Pendelhaven first. Opponent has a Skull Clamp. I might have wanted to keep that Plains. This Ajani Sunstriker is actually pretty critical to my potential to win against another very aggressive deck. So we'll see what happens. Griff Spoon. That's pretty good. Has flying. Make sure they can't block at any point in the future. Then we can play the Pouncing Jaguar. And then pay the... Yeah, we'll try it out. Can always return this. Play a land and attack. Yeah, auto targets. Alright, getting in for that damage. And play a Pouncing Jaguar. Opponent has a Double Strike, Vigilance, Trample, Swiftblade Vindicator. New card from Guilds of Ravnica. So I think I probably pump up the Pouncing Jaguar. Let's pay the Echo. And we drew another land. That's fantastic. So let's pump up the Pouncing Jaguar. I could just play the 1/5. It depends on if they block here. Like, do I care about saving my own life total? And do they care about saving their life total? They probably should. But I don't know if they want to chump block just yet. I wouldn't. There might be a way to pump this up and make it bigger, and then Double Strike is very good. Alright, they're just chumping. That is a lot of damage to save. And we will crack this. Play the Savannah. They could play this thing. I don't think I really care. They're not going to mentor anything. So let's just play the Sunstriker. Alright, there's Tajic. The question is, are they going to get in with it? This thing does not have First Strike. Oh, it can gain First Strike if they pay mana. They don't have mana to type it. So I can just attack with this thing, and I doubt they're going to trade. And I can make this a 5/5, and then I gain 5 life. And then I can play the Grizzled Liaotu. And possibly another creature, a Johnny. Man, a Johnny. So do I just... I don't just lose a Johnny if I play a Johnny. Do I? I think I play a Johnny. And target creature gains flying and double strike until end of turn. Can I just do that? And then, like, have a 5/5 flying double strike lifelink? Let's do that. Then I do lose a Johnny. But it's gaining me so much life, not just from the 10 life gain. And we'll pump this thing up. But also, they're not... I mean, I could just block here. They could just remove it. No, I'm going for their face. I'm just going all out. I'm just using this as a Boros charm, basically. Target creature gets double strike. We're just taking it all. That is 14 damage. That's the real deal. So they played a Mazavith, which is pretty good for them. I'm going to have to spread the damage around. They are attacking a Johnny. I think they have to. But it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation, because now they don't have this as a blocker. And so see if they have another blocker. Alright, no other blockers. They're just saying go. So put a +1. Target creature you control. Prevent all damage. Okay. So I think we pump this thing. Because we got the lifelink, the flyer, and the 5/5. And they're probably going to maze the 5/5. Which makes sense. I don't think Dramoka's command really does anything right now. Yep. So I got that. So we do still get in for 2 life gain. I could make it 3. But we're not quite there yet. And then let's play the Liatu. Yeah, let's play that thing. They have a True Fire Captain. It's a 4/3. So that's big body, but notably I can have the creature that I pump fight the other creature while putting a +1/+1 counter on something else. So I can, this is an instant, I can do it in combat. So I think I can get them here. If I pump this, counter on this, I might leave him at 1 life. Yeah, I think it does. It's probably still good enough. Stop on my turn. Oh, and then, yeah. Because we need to kill this thing. White, green. Target player. Alright, so choose target creature for a +1/+1 counter. They could just block this. Let's put it there, and then this creature fights that creature. Okay, I forgot to read Tajic, and that didn't do any damage. I hope I don't lose because of that. That was the worst. That was dumb. I needed to fight Tajic. Alright, we're going to lose 2 creatures here. But they're going to lose this. I guess they could just block 1 thing, and then they go to 1. That was bad. Further blocks. That's fine by me. They get a maze 1 thing. Because now they're not down to 1. Tajic certainly made the Dramoka's command. Like, I should have just killed Tajic. I think I'd be alright. Alright, and they're untapping my best blocker, which is fine. And then I take 2 damage from this, which I don't care about. I'm at 43 life. They played a Boros Garrison, picking up their Maze of Ith, which confuses me. I don't think they're in a good situation anyways. Alright. When that dies, draw a card. Alright, so let's pump this thing. I have to assume they got a trick and they wanna lure me into attacking with this. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to pick up the Maze of Ith. Their trick, a War Leader's Helix, and then we get in with the 5/9 here, which they have to block. Then I take 5 damage from it. Oh, I guess they don't have to block. They gained 4 life from that. They probably want to block, though. I don't know. Alright. So I'll just go ahead and play the Qasali Pride Mage. So there's another Tajic here. This one's indestructible. An indestructible 2/2. And the maze is back as well. So it's a little bit tricky. This is 5 mana to get back. 4 mana? It's just 4 mana, okay. Do I bother to force them? No, that's kind of a waste. I mean, because they just block, and then Maze is just not worth the effort of making them do it. So let's play the Pride Sovereign, which is huge. Alright, the other Tajic is back. So I think he might be regulated to chump blocking. I wouldn't mind. Okay, the fact that I can play 2 this turn, that's pretty good for me. Let's pump this one. So we got a 5/5, a 4/4, and then what we are going to get in this turn. They could have a burn spell or something like that, which means this just doesn't do anything. But actually, it'd need to be a really good burn spell to get through our minimum of 4 toughness. Alright, I'm a little bit confused by this block. One, because they die by dragging creatures. There we go. There we go. This doesn't kill the Liatu, because this is 5 damage. And also they die to the 9 damage right here. Okay, no, they don't die. Okay. But we do kill Tajic. I guess if they have the 1 damage burn spell. Swords to Plowshares. Okay. Tajic still dies. Alright. And then let's play... It's a decent amount of removal spells they had there. Or I guess just the 1. And then let's play the Loam Lion. Alright, opponent is equipping Tajic here. That makes sense. They probably should have done that last turn. I've got my own Skull Clamp. That's pretty good. Let's play the Skull Clamp. So, I guess we put it on this thing. And then pump this thing. I don't really like attacking with this. I guess it's alright. If we draw a land, we eventually get this Griff Spoon. I'm going for it. My opponent has a minute 22 on the clock with which to kill me. And I'm at 40 life. So I don't mean to play into time like that, but I have almost 12 minutes. My opponent has used their clock very poorly. I can also sacrifice the Pride Mage to kill the Skull Clamp to keep things alive. And draw 2 cards. Alright. Cool. I draw a card. They're gaining more life. They had a lot of lightning helix going on here. Yeah, so if they block here, I might as well crack and kill the Skull Clamp. Rancor's pretty good. They have 35 seconds. I don't think it really matters. Destroy that. And I do get in for 2 damage. Alright, so we'll play this land, and I guess we'll equip the Rancor. But my opponent's going to run out of time. Well, there's not much value in attacking right now. So we'll just go ahead and play that. And I don't think the Tango Wire really does anything either. So we'll go ahead and equip that. Not going to attack. We'll pump that. Doesn't matter. Just because they can just block and Maze of Ith. I think we would eventually find a way to win. Opponent's only got 2 cards left, and there goes their timer. Alright, a win's a win. I'll take it. Alright, I got round 2. I am on the play again. So, once again, I have it as Zero Lander. And this one looks fine. We are playing against Najeela. Alright. So the lifelinker might be pretty good, but not having removal for Najeela. I'm going to put that on the bottom. I need another land for it. I'm not sure if it's the best card. So we'll just go ahead and play out a Sacred Cat. And Seiko. Opponent plays Windswept Heath, and I'm just going to attack because I'm probably going to play this Temple Garden tapped anyways. Don't really have anything else to do. Let's just swing for 4/4 with the 4/4 lifelinker. And play the Savannah Lions. Savannah Lions and a tap Temple Garden. And Seiko. Alright, they might have an action here. Guess they could have a 4 spike or something. Okay, well, they have a Mana Tithe. Alright. You got me. So, better that than this Skirmisher. But that might hurt me. They could have another counterspell here. So, something to think about. I could just return this thing. I could just wait. That might be right. Because then I can do this on their turn. Alright, where there's the other land. Because it looks like they're holding something up. I guess if they burn out this, then I play the Skirmisher. And if they don't burn it out, then I play the Panther on their turn. Alright, it lives. They're at 21. And we'll play that land. I don't think it's really of that much consequence. Alright, opponent plays Najeela. I think I am going to flash in this thing. Bring the cat back up. And then Valorous Stance. Destroy target creature with toughness. Alright, well, let's pump up this guy and get in for 6. Target creature gains indestructible. Not going to worry about that. Can't really keep it up anyways. Not on the thing that matters the most to me, the Skirmisher. And then we will also play the cat. Alright, they are pondering. Alright, they're getting in with Najeela. I have to assume they have something. Otherwise, this is a very bold attack. They played a Steamed Vents, tapped, and said go. So, I'm a little bit worried about his swords. Let's go ahead and pump this Sacred Cat. And swing in with all these creatures. Still a lot of damage. No tricks. So we got a tapped land. They're at 4 life. But we can keep up the Valorous Stance. Alright, they have a Jace the Mind Sculptor. Alright. That's a thing. I don't know if they can afford to attack here. Okay, so they're just attacking with Najeela? That makes sense. More sense. Alright. There's no world in which I go after the Jace. Sunstriker. Okay. Let's pump up this thing. Just at their face. They have to block the Sacred Cat, unless they have a trick. Alright, let's play this first. And then also play this. We're weak to a Wrath here. I don't think this deck's going to play a Wrath. Alright, they are brainstorming with Jace, so they're digging, which means they're not bouncing this thing. They might hit removal, though. Alright, they're attacking with Najeela and the token. Interesting. Do they have a Wrath? A Wrath would be pretty bad for me here. I'm gonna block one of these tokens. Oh, okay, they can do this again. Alright. Yeah. Maybe I should have... This thing has double strike. I should have hit that thing. Oh, this thing... Now they have lifelink too. Okay. That's not at all irrelevant. But I could have killed another token. Alright, they're leaving one behind. Alright. Okay, we will block here. And they're tapped out. So they gain 3 more life. They're at 10. I think they're still dead. Well, they do have this. But they take 8 in the sky. And they have 2 lifelink. Oh, they do have a wasteland. Alright. Oh, they don't have lifelink anymore. Yeah, okay, so they're dead, right? That should be completely dead. Oh no, okay, they survive. Yeah, that was dumb. Or not dumb. I did what I had to there. They're back down to 1 life. Let's play a cub. And they could go at me again with Najeela. I am at 12 commander damage, which isn't entirely irrelevant. Alright, my opponent is getting in with Najeela again. I'm going to block Najeela. They're probably going to use this ability. I can make Felidar Club indestructible. And I think I will. Alright, they're using the ability. This is a great window to target creature gains indestructible until the end of turn. And then I can block the warrior on the following round of attacks. If they attack again. Which I'm not sure they will. They don't get another token for attacking with this warrior. They do still have the Jace Brainstorm or Bounce. Seems largely irrelevant though. I don't... They could play 1 land and then have a removal spell. I still don't think that gets them there. And they pack it in. Sweet. 2 down. Alright, I got round 3. I don't have... Lasav. I mean, I still think I keep this hand. I'm on the draw. I have a Lone Lion that doesn't activate. I do have a Double Striker here. And a Jit. But we might just die in a few turns to Lasav, who's also, I guess, is not the best blocker in the world. They have a Duress, which, I don't know, Berserker Jit. They're both pretty good. Alright, so we can just, yeah, we'll just play Lone Lion. Now it does activate. Just didn't want to give my opponent extra information they didn't need just yet. Alright, they got a Careful Study. Now they're digging. They could just discard something big and reanimate it, and I could just die. Alright, they actually discarded a Reanimate and a Spell Bomb. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and crack and grab the land. Get in for 5. And then play the Double Striker, which they could counter potentially. I'm still going to play it. And I'm not going to Berserk just yet because it kills my creature. Alright, Double Striker lives. That's a lot of damage, a 4/4 Double Striker. Doesn't give them many turns. They have a Dismember. Alright, so they do have some removal. Alright, so I'm pretty much guaranteed to get something countered here. There's no reason to do anything but attack right now. And Berserk is not the thing to do yet. I could just play one of these creatures. I kind of just want to play the sword. I guess they could have a removal spell too. Be any kind of counter spell. I'm going for the... It's tough, because this one can get 4-spiked, but it has more power. I'm going to play it. If they have exactly 4-spike or days. Okay, Mana Lake, not the worst. Anything I play was going to get counterspelled there, and I knew it. But I didn't want to give them the tempo from being able to kill the Loam Lion, and then I don't have any creatures on board if I just tried to play the sword and they didn't counter it and they just had a kill spell instead. Well, we got a Savannah Lions, so I think that's pretty good. I don't think they're going to play Wraths. They could. Alright, Necromancy. Getting back a Penumbra Bobcat as a blocker. Okay, that's a good sign. They're down to 1 card in hand. So they get this as a blocker. Destroy that creature if it attacks this turn. Not going to do that. I mean, I could do that. It gives it trample. And then I still get a Feral Prowler. And the trample does 9 damage to them. Let's wait on it. I'm going to play 2 creatures this turn. I can trample next turn. And it will probably be better. Green, white. For this thing, maybe I should have led with the Sav Lions. So I'm not playing a 4-spike with the most power. Alright. Don't have 4-spike. They do have a Baleful Strix. So that's an interesting card in the deck. Definitely a different build than what I was playing. And Lasav. Alright, they're at 15. Well, so if I attack with this is a 4/4. They block here. It's a 4, whatever. They block there. I get in for 7 damage. If I Berserk it, it's going to die anyways. I draw a card and I play the sword. Do I attack with my other things? They can just block there. I could pump this thing up instead. I don't draw a card off of it. They block there, they block there, and they block there. Yeah, I think I pump up the Sav Lions instead, even though it doesn't draw me a card. And then I can attack with all with that. It also does more damage with the trample. Right, they're going for the Baleful Strix block. We're going to Berserk this thing. And they're chumping with the cat, which leaves them with only a blue creature. And then we'll just play the Sword of Fire and Ice, which means their creature can't block next turn. Spanalion's already dead. And they have 2 cards in hand. Very close one. Alright, they have a Buried Alive. They already discarded the Reanimate. They can make this a 12/12 artifact creature, which is not at all irrelevant. The 12/12's in their graveyard. The Ooze is not in their graveyard. The Walking Ballista doesn't really matter. The Devourer could matter. I guess they could just turn it into a Walking Ballista. I never thought about that when I had the deck. So they're going to go for it. I can do some damage. I can do 5 damage. Actually, no matter which way I do it. I lose a creature. I don't get to flashback this thing. Yeah, I think I gotta go for it. They can't really attack back, I don't think. Maybe they can. I mean, this is my window. I guess they can't block this, can they? Oh, no, they can if they turn it into a 12/12. That's right. Either way, I get in 5 damage. This way, I draw a card. Either way, I draw a card. Also, yeah, okay. Hopefully I get another creature off this draw card instead of a land or something like that. Alright, they're at 1 life. Not a creature. Oh, that's brutal. Alright. I really needed to draw a creature there. So I wouldn't even call this a stalemate. They can, like, well, kind of. I guess if they put a blocker in front, but it's got to be a black creature. And they got something. They got a Jace the Mind Sculptor. They can just bounce this. That's unfortunate. I guess I can play 2 creatures no matter what. Oh, they're... okay. Alright, predictably no attacks. Let's draw a land, or not a creature. A Rishadan-Port. Not what I wanted. Not at all what I wanted. Alright, let's play the Giant Double Striker. I guess they can just bounce that with Jace. Yeah, what else can you do? I guess I could have played my commander. 7/8 doesn't get there. Alright. I guess if they're bouncing it with Jace, they're not attacking me. And they could just bounce Arahbo as well. Might get enough lands that I can actually use Arahbo's ability. Alright, there's the bounce, predictably. Rancor. Does Rancor get me there? So, +3/+3. 7, 9. No, not quite. See if they counter it. They let it go. I'm going to play this land. I'm going to play Arahbo. If they counter it, I can play it again next turn. If they bounce it, I can play it again next turn. At least they're not drawing with Jace. I guess they can't bounce this with Jace, can they? Is this a big counterspell? Is this a force? Oh, hardcast force spell. Okay. That's better. I thought it was a Mystic Confluence there. They're brainstorming with Jace. That's predictable. Oh, no, they're looking at the top card of my library. Where did they put it? Puts a card on top of my library. So it must be a land. Static Orb. Alright. Now's the time that I draw that, huh? Alright, let's play this. You got another counterspell? Nope. Okay. I guess they can just bounce this again. If I draw another land... Factor Fiction. Oh, that's not good. Necrotic Ooze versus... Jeez. Oh my god. They just drew a Necrotic Ooze. I have them at 1 life. 1 life. Why can I... Oh, there it is. Oh. Alright. Well, I'm dead. Yep. 1 life. I have them at 1 life. Oh, this is so frustrating. They managed to just barely stall me out. Alright. I'm not going to make them do it. That sucks. Got round 4. I am on the play again. I have 1 Step Links and a Mutavault. Playing against Kess. This seems... I'm going to mulligan it. It almost has to improve from there. That's a better hand. Okay. That was a pretty bad hand. I'm glad I mulliganed. We'll keep this hand, and let's see if we have what it takes to get through Kess. Kess is probably going to be running... actually, yes, I want that. I was going to say Kess is going to be running some number of... Shoot. I can't keep that with this Lone Lion. I mean, I have to play the Lone Lion on turn 2, on turn 1. Yeah, I was going to say they're going to have some mass removal. They're going to have some wrath, probably 2 or 3, and some tutors to go get them. Selfless Spirit or not, I can't just not play something on turn 1. So it didn't, my scry didn't matter at all. There is no world in which I could have kept whatever card was on top of my library. Alright, I think I'm going to Pride Mage here. I don't think I really need the Sunstriker so much. Oops. Let's go ahead and play the Pride Mage. Get that Exalted in. They're just going to counter it. It's fine if they do. I'm not really that upset about it at all. 4 spike, okay. Nope. Alright, a 6-turn clock is not very fast. I'd like to speed it up. The Brimaz could potentially do that. It's going to be hard to not get everything countered at this point. Sinkhole, alright. I see how it's going to be. Pouncing Jaguar. Alright. Oh, that actually hit my forest too, so now they're on a slower, a faster clock. I'm going to play this. I think this one's going to be a tough one. I was worried about Kess. I think Kess is going to be pack the most amount of removal. That's pretty much all the deck is removal, disruption, and Kess. And I think this is probably one of the toughest matchups for a deck like this. They are brainstorming main phase, which is probably fine. They probably do have a fetch land. I'm getting duress, which there is nothing to duress in my hand. They get a look at my hand, though. Did they just... Are they missing a land drop after a brainstorm? That's awful if they are. Nope, there's a Black Sleep Kiss, but they didn't get full Ancestral Vision mode. Yeah, we will... Yes, please. Alright, that's pretty good. Split the damage. Do I play a Sunstriker into a potential Wrath? They got 3 cards in hand. They just brainstormed. Do I need to? This is 6 damage. It tightens up the clock down to 2 turns, and it helps me against targeted removal. So I think I do play the Ajani Sunstriker. I still have a Brimaz if they do Wrath. And also, it helps me get through Kess if they're playing Kess, because this is going to be a little bit rough. Alright. I mean, I'm obviously getting in with one. Am I getting in with all of them? It only gets one extra damage in, so I guess I'm just getting in with one creature. Let's make it the lifelinker. And just attack. And then do I play Brimaz? I mean, if they had a Wrath, they probably would have played it. I gotta try and go wide here. It's real close. Flashing back Brainstorm. There's kind of a Wrath. So it kills all these things, but not the Brimaz. So I guess playing the Brimaz was right. They did 2 damage to me. They already played their land, so that should be it for the turn. Or you block. I mean, if you're not blocking, you probably should just get in. Alright, let's get in ourselves. Unless you are blocking. I guess you can block the 1/1. They might need to block the 6/7. And I think I'm going to play the Serpifard. I haven't seen any mass removal yet. So just got to worry about that targeted stuff. This can die to a fire lightning bolt. But we got him at 3. Fingers crossed. They can just flash right back the fiery confluence. But I wasn't going to not play this in order to play around that. Like, I'd rather play directly into that and get rid of it. Alright, they're ghost quartering themselves. That can't be a good sign. It's not so bad they're treasure cruising. I guess they just didn't... They want to leave all their mana open? Did they hit something, though? Ponder. Okay. They're digging hard. They didn't shuffle with Ponder. And they're just saying go. Alright. Oh, that doesn't really help much. So... This can attack freely. This is what I want to pump, I think. Although they can just chump off that. Yeah, let's pump up this. Because this'll trade. And I'm fine with that. Like, if they kill one thing, and they have to block the other, I want both of my creatures to kill Kess. Recoil. Then that player discards a card. Alright, we'll discard Wily Bandar. Alright, and then they have to block with Kess here. Which is what I wanted. Let's see, if I put it on the other one and they recoiled that, then they could have just pinged off Brimaz and taken 1 damage. And we'll play Brimaz. They're taking an extra turn. So they got an Explorer. Alright, they're fact of fictioning. I guess they get opt in 2 pain lands, or 2 fetch lands, or Creeping Tar Pit and Steam Vents, or opt in, or just 3 lands. Yeah, let's do it that way. I don't think the 3 lands does anything for them. Alright, they took the opt in the fetch land, so scry 1, draw a card. Pooh! And they packed it in. I don't know why I didn't get... There he goes. Alright, they really ground their wheels trying to find something, but Brimaz does it. That was a tough one. I was really worried I wasn't going to get there, and if they could have got Kess and then the temporal manipulation again, That probably would have steamrolled them to the win. But we managed to blunt their face enough that they didn't have enough time. Another match. I'm on the draw. I don't know if this hand is fast enough. I don't have any 1-drops, and I'm on the draw. I've mulliganed in the past pretty successfully. I feel like I need to do it here at least once with no 1-drops. That's worse. Do I do it again? This is good but not great. I'm going to mulligan one more time, and then I got to stop there. Fleetfoot Panther to the bottom. I don't need another 3-drop. Shoot. This is not good. This is not a good hand at all. Alright, well, at least I can cast the Serpapard, which is almost certainly what I lead with, but not having a 1 or a 2-drop. I don't know if I should have kept the first one. I think in general you mulligan pretty aggressively if you don't have a 1-drop, and I do think that was probably correct. My chances of getting a 1-drop in 2 more hands was pretty high. I just defied those odds by quite a bit, unfortunately. Opponent has a Jace. Alright, do I want to thin lands? I mean, it's just 1 land. We'll go ahead and thin a land. We're good on lands. No reason to pay life there. Alright. A Caracal. A flip Jace will slow me down quite a bit. So I might have to just kill it if I can. We'll see what happens here. My opponent, I mean, it's Leovold. They could very easily just kill all my creatures. It looks like they're playing Leovold here, which doesn't really affect me that much. Yeah, this definitely looks like Leovold. Opponent could make me discard my whole hand next turn. So we're just going to play out the Serpapard. Alright. We've got enough to cast the Cataclysm, which doesn't hit Planeswalkers. And it looks like they could flip this fairly quickly. What's it, 5 or more cards? We'll get in there. Alright. This is the most versatile land, just in case they make me discard my whole hand. Just going on versatility. Don't really care about loss of life. Alright, they're not getting in with Leovold here. I don't think I want to play the Pride Salve, or I don't think I want to play the Cataclysm into what is clearly some counter magic. So let's just play a land. Play a Pride Sovereign before combat because they could block my Prowling Serpapard. I am going to attack with both of these creatures. Only way to ensure that I'm doing as much damage as possible. Alright, they're blocking. Is this a chump block? Oh no, they can crack the Scalding Tarn. Okay, so this is a safe block. And this is so they can counter my creatures again. But it is a trade here. I guess I can just pump up whatever they don't hit with Jace. And they have nothing in their graveyard just yet. Alright, Assassin's Trophy on that thing. Alright. Yeah, I'd like to use the ability. Green, 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 white, white, white. Doesn't really matter which color I use. I guess white. Alright. Well, now they can just pump it up on the... Or they could just flash back the Assassin's Trophy. Miscalc. Yeah, I'm running out of things to do. If they counter Arahbo next turn, do they not tick up or down? That's really strange. Do I go at Jace? They have 4 cards in hand. I don't know how much it's really going to matter. I'm going at Jace. I think I need to. They're just not at a low enough life total that going at their face really is going to matter as much as I think I'd like it to. Let's play the Step Links without playing a land. If they don't counter it, I probably won't play a land. Alright, Memory Lapse. And I will play a land. And play Arahbo. See if they got another counter. They probably do. Nope. Alright. Not upset about that. Alright, they're playing a Titania. They also cycled the Druid's Deliverance. So Titania is a real deal here. Pumping down on this thing. Alright, we got a Step Links back. We knew about that. I've got this Okina. They could double block. It's still pretty good. I'm getting in. Do I get in at Jace here? Let's get in with this thing at Jace and that thing at them. And then we're definitely paying for that. Okay, they're just blocking there. Okay, they're just double blocking there. It seems like a fine block in my book. Hit the Titania first. Alright. Not precisely where I wanted them, how I wanted them to block. They really want to save that Jace, I guess. So let's do 6 damage to them. And then we'll play the Step Links. We're obviously pressuring them pretty hard. They got a Nile Spellbomb. It doesn't really affect me that much. Lets them cycle for 2 mana. And they are playing Nissa Vital Force. Untapping a land, most likely. They could return a permanent card. What are they returning? Titania. Alright, they're really making us grind this one out. This is going to be tough. I kind of need a land here, but I don't really want to draw a land here. X is the number of players who control more lands than you. I have 6, they have 7. So that's fine, I think. It's actually pretty good. It just brings the Step Links right back up to 0, though. And then we bring it up to 3. And then we attack Jace with the trample creature and Nissa with the other one. They're really making this hard on me. White, green, colorless. Yes. Jace lets them get removal back, and I don't want them. It also slows down my creatures quite a bit. Another Titania is not great. Then untapping a land and making a 5/5, also not great. The fact that I haven't done damage to them in a few turns, also not great. Alright. I gotta hit in at this Nissa. Let's pump this thing. All right. This is gonna hurt. This is only a 4/4. It's a die. So, okay. They gotta keep the Titania around, which isn't great. Alright, they're just saying go. No, Alright, I don't think I want to play around with... One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Do I have enough green? Yeah, I got just enough to make everything work here. I don't think it... Yeah, we'll pump up the thing with the most... with the least toughness. And then we're getting in with everything here. Do I have enough green? I don't have enough green, do I? I could just trade this away. But this is too beneficial to me. Alright, let's... No. I wish I hadn't miscalculated that. Green. Colorless white. Yes. Did I miss? Oh, it's a 5/4. Okay. All right. That didn't work the way I wanted it to. Now I need another cat. All right, at least we got a 6/6 coming at him. And that was a lot of damage. I guess I could try the Cataclysm. It seems like it's going to get countered. But at this point, it doesn't really matter. There's a counter spell. Okay. Hardcast Force of Will. I'll just hold the land in my hand. I don't think I... Well, I could need it. But I would need 2 creatures on the board for it to really matter. Alright, they're chump blocking. So we'll just say go. A removal spell here really burns me. Alright. Seems like their hand's probably chock full of counter spells. You got removal, or you just... Okay, they're activating the Creeping Tar Pit. It's a good sign. Alright. I gotta try the Qasali Pride Mage. Probably gets countered. Nope. Alright, that's a good sign too. If I can get trample on this thing... That could be quite good. All right. Whew. 4 and 1. So the deck's clearly quite good. I mean, we went up against some very real decks, and we pressured them really, really hard. Which funny is that the first 2 decks were both aggro decks that could barely even attack me because I was pressuring them so hard. Few things I will say is that every one of those games was very, very close. My opponents were very, very close to stabilizing in every one of those games. So it's not for the faint of the heart. It's a very stressful deck to play because you're grinding out those last, like, there's no reach, and those last, like, 5-6 turns of, like, every game is your opponent at, like, under 10 life, just trying to find ways to stall you out, and maybe you'll get there to where they can start coming back, and maybe they won't. And you don't know until they finally hit concede or they stabilize and beat you. And another thing I'll say is that unlike in the Just for Fun room, when people hit trouble in the Just for Fun room, they just concede. In the tournament practice, should be no real surprise, people were really grinding their wheels trying to find anything they could to stabilize against this deck. So a lot of these games went really, really slowly for me. I cut a lot of my opponent's thinking out because, but a lot of these games went really, really long because my opponents just spent a lot of time looking at their hands, trying to figure out what their lines were. I think part of that's because it's a rogue deck, and nobody really wants to lose with a rogue deck, especially like a Kess or a Leovold. Like, you don't want to lose to a rogue deck. But I don't think this deserves to be a rogue deck. Maybe it's tier 1.5, but this is a very, very good deck, and I think it is criminally underplayed. This is a really good deck, and people just forgot about it because of Edgar Markov. And I encourage people to pick it back up. I mean, maybe don't beat me in the Just for Fun room, because this deck is brutal. But I think it needs to see more play than it's gotten. There might be some better cards than Static Orb or Heroic Intervention, which were the replacement cards. I think most of the rest of the deck worked pretty well. So I can't complain about any individual cards, really. I think everything went pretty well. So yeah, I'm not going to open the treasure chest. They're just not worth that much right now. The average value of them, I'm just gonna sell them for 2 ticks and change each, and be happy with that. Sorry you don't get random treasure chest openings, but I think it's just a better value right now to just take the credits and run. There's not really anything in the treasure chest that I need. Most of the cards that I need I've bought, and the random chances of hitting those cards is pretty low anyways. So I'm better off just taking the 8 ticks and buying the cards that I need. Maybe when there's a new set released, or when they finally issue Commander 18, which won't be until December, unfortunately, then I might open treasure chests when there's a fresh new set and the average value is a little bit higher. But for right now, I'm just gonna keep those chests and sell them. But I hope you enjoyed the deck. I really did. It was a lot of fun. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.